All right, Shalom, Shalom. Shemot coming at you with a quick one through the spirit of power. Yahweh Shem Yahshua. I want to start off by giving all honor, praise, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. The one to the elder, Apostle Gary Millstone, rule and teach well. Zach Shalom to you, brothers, as well as you sisters might be tuning in, listening, and learning. And as you can see, I got this article from RT News that reads, it says that U.S. drones have no business near Russia ambassador. Which I seen this on the news earlier today. Pretty much, I forget what channel it was, like ABC or something. But they was pretty much talking about how, a Russian fighter jet has shot down some drones near the Black Sea. So this is, more and more attention. Little by little. Brothers mention how, wars don't always start in bloodshed. Wars, they usually start economically, and then things start heating up as more and more little things like this happen. Because I remember when I was watching it on the news, you had a guy. He wasn't saying anything about the de-escalation of the situation, but furthermore, what America needs to do to support Ukraine and all of this stuff. So we don't see this going away anytime soon, which that's according to prophecy. But it says Moscow regards the presence of American UAVs in the Black Sea as a provocation, said Anatoly Antonov. It says Moscow regards Tuesday incident in which an American drone crashes in the Black Sea as a provocation. Ambassador Anatoly said after being summoned to the State Department in Washington. It says Antonov met with Assistant Secretary of the State for European and Eurasian Affairs, Karen, who protested the unsafe and unprofessional intercept of the drone that resulted in this loss. But she called it unprofessional. But we know the spirit of these Russians. Magog, or in the Hebrew Magawaga. Pretty much that's the Lord got a mighty spirit on these Russian Edomites. So when this thing get it cracking, World War III pop off, it's gonna really pop off. One side against the other. It says we consider this incident a provocation. Antonov told reporters after the meeting. He told Don Fried that U.S. drones, planes, and ships had no business being that close to Russian borders. Could you imagine what the reaction of the U.S. media, the Pentagon, would be if such a drone would appear near New York or San Francisco? He asked. Which we seeing a lot more of that. Not too long ago, you just had the China spy balloon or some shit that was sitting up in the sky over over the U.S. Soil. And now you got Russia shooting down drones near American drones near the Russian border. So this thing is really falling more and more towards prophecy, which we gonna get a couple of scriptures. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14. The second war is past, right? You had the first World War, and then you had a second World War, right? Which is past already. We haven't seen the third World War yet, all right? It says the second woe is past, which goes to show you what point in time we are in prophecy. Second Ezra chapter 9 measures out the time diligently. The second woe has passed. The second world's war, world's destruction. It says the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And we see it. We see in that third woe inching more and more, inching, more and more as all of this stuff, all of these little shoulder bumps, one between one nation against the other, and it's starting to get more and more intense, man. Because Lord has a spirit on each and every single one of these different kings, and they all want what they want, they all greedy, so it's all gonna lead, to one thing, it's all gonna lead to one thing. So I'm gonna lead to one thing. I'm gonna get this precept and I'm gonna close out. This book at Revelation 18 and verse. I start at 16. And saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen, and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. All right, pretty much symbolizing the glory of Babylon the Great. Matter of fact, I'll start at 15. It says, the merchants of these things, which were made rich by her, shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. Yeah, that's how it's gonna be, man. When all these, Lord put the spirit on all these missiles to come out, and pretty much, shoot at her. The scripture say, shoot at her, spare no arrows. People gonna look upon it and they gonna be mourning. Because this is a great merchant city. A lot of people, a lot of these different nations do business with America. The scriptures talk about that, like the scriptures talk about that. How these other nations pretty much commit fornication with her. It says the merchants of these things, which were made by rich, which were made rich by her, shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen, and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off. So all America's trade partners, doing business over this, they gonna stand afar off because it's gonna be televised. They gonna stand afar off looking at the smoke of her burning, like, damn. It says, for in 1 hour so great riches come to naught. So this is the prophecies, last of the prophecies that have to come to pass, right next to the MOTB. But until then, we just enduring. Lord's willing, we endure to the end. Lord's willing, we miss the elect. But Lord's willing, to edifying through that, but shall forgive me in spirit, do this lesson. Until next time, I say shalom, wa haba, babal.